Regional, we have Smash Attack on Sunday in Brooklyn. However, we're going to get right into this right now.
We got
Mr.E,
the young Eric, off against John Numbers. This is a set we see all the time here.
all the time.
Even at events across New York, these two are at, they always run into each other. It was very fun to see.
Even out of region, sometimes they just end up seeing each other in bracket. It's just always a rivalry, I guess you could say.
It's like Raptor versus Ralphie. It's the set that will always happen.
Yeah, who has the advantage, I wonder?
Numbers used to be super positive on E, but E started taking a lot of sets recently.
There we go.
I bet if we had to look number for number, I would hazard a guess that Numbers is slight lead, but he has taken a lot of recent sets. Like, a lot. He's looked fairly dominant in the matchup. But it's much more a matchup of E versus Numbers than Lucina to
Wii
Fit. And it is worth noting that it is Lucina versus Wii Fit. Back in the day when E used to just pick Marth into it, he wouldn't find as much success. But the Lucina pick definitely giving E an edge, I would say.
Yeah, there's a lot of Marth players going to Lucina for certain matchups. Has been working out so greatly. I wonder if that, I believe that started with MKLeo, and then just I think everybody else could have jumped on that Lucina bandwagon. And it's been working out for a lot of them.
It's just the idea that it's a character that rewards an extremely similar play style, but with different type of reward. And I think it's showcased well here with against Numbers, where E has to be the aggressor no matter what, but he doesn't always have the say on how well he can space himself. So if he just needs to dive in on John, he can be right on top of him, breathing down his neck, or at the very edge of his sword, and he'll still get the same results. As opposed to where Marth, the payoff is much different, according to spacing. Doesn't manage to get the chase, but still trying to tack on some of that percentage before the stock blows up on him. He's sitting at 147. He's got plenty of knockbacks to try and assert stage control, which he does manage to after the neutral air second hit sends John off stage. And plenty of juggles from both sides, but it is going to be E who maintains the control. He knows how to move around those sun salutations, though. He has no fear for that sun.
Oh, just missing that. And Numbers has big trouble just standing up that first stock.
That could have been an up smash.
And that could have been a stop.
Something you see Numbers doing, E doing a lot is like he's jumping in front of Numbers and waiting until the last possible second to do his double jump because he's always trying to bait out the sun salutation. So that way he can kind of run in without having to worry about Numbers frame trapping him with it.
And there we are. So John's going to be able to get off a couple of bits of percentage thanks to the star KO, but he is still looking like he's hurt. Sitting at 111, retreats immediately to the ledge off the Angel platform. And now E, no rage behind him, but no percentage whatsoever. He has a full stock to play around with, and he can just go in with the same game plan that he's had that's built up that percentage onto John. Y'all ever just cut light, slice through light, and concentrated amounts of it?
Actually, yes, it's Cloud.
Wow.
Wow. Look at the percentage that Numbers is gaining on Mr.E right now. From losing the stock at like 130 to 75% right now. Ooh. Oh my goodness. Oh, but that's not going to do it yet. My bad.
Big song and dance, and it's going to let E take the stage, but not going to get the stock just yet.
He's waiting. Oof.
I don't like when E is scared of the header ball, though. I feel like he always avoids it no matter the situation, even if John doesn't really have anything set up for him.
And there you go. Grab, couple of hits, up throw. Game.
Took a good amount of effort with the up throw getting done.
Hey, you got to shout out Numbers too. He was coming back. It was getting there. Not able to seal it though. That was really slick. The up air from the platform. I mean, from the platform, from the edge to get the stock.
We got the run back. Yep. You hear that that bike rev up, you know it's time. Go KK Rider. I'm going to drop a fun fact because this matchup is low-key boring. So, for those who don't know, Go KK Rider is heavily inspired by one of the first Kamen Rider themes. And the bike revving at the beginning is an allusion to the bike that one of the first Kamen Riders has. Even the name itself.
Go KK Rider,
Yeah.
And it's probably one of the best songs in Animal Crossing. I couldn't wait to get that song when I played the game.
But yeah, it's even though the Smash version is a fantastic remix,
Yes.
like Go KK Rider in the Animal Crossing games it is in is also very upbeat, very fun.
You're right. You could definitely hear like the Sentai roots if you're
Yeah.
like listening for it.
Even though the lyrics are of course in Animalese, it has a lot. If you can actually match it, the Animalese like sounds very similar to the Japanese lyrics. I believe don't quote me on this one, but I believe it's Kamen Rider V2 is the theme that it's mirroring. But yeah, there's your fun fact.
As right now, they're basically almost even, only 30% separating the both of them. Well, now a little bit more.
We turn our action back to Smash, and it's been very much the same. E just looking to wait for John to mistime his button presses, punish accordingly with the swift aerials, and John consistently returning to the ledge, whether it be from center stage or from out in the blast zone.
He's able to kick the ball right into E's face, or his ankles, I should say.
On the note of header ball, because I was bringing this up at the end of game one, E can use that to extend a lot of his hitboxes. Forward smash and up smash especially could be devastating with the header ball letting them linger slightly. But E just opts to run away. He doesn't try to get aggressive with it. I feel like he could get a lot off of it if he could.
Taking a first stock again, just like game one. But of course, as you saw in game one as well, Numbers was able to bring it almost back. So Numbers still somewhat in control, playing his own game, as you said.
That's all he's going to do. It's John. If you like John Numbers the first time you see him, then you're in for a great treat because he will play the same at least 90% of the time. That other 10% is whenever he goes for on-stage combos, which are always sick. Just because they always deal a ton of damage, and it's very much a change of pace from the same rhythmic ledge play that we see from John. And speaking of that rhythm to the ledge play, he's done a fantastic job of jamming it in this set. He's constantly being able to get into John's face and challenge his hitboxes or assert his own control over the ledge. Which I feel like ledge play's always been one of those positive qualities of E's style of play, but it's looking particularly fresh tonight. I hope he holds this deeper into bracket.
And again, I still feel like John is not in trouble because again, referring even to last game, I mean he got E stock at like over 100%, and still was able to get it close again. But then again, too, you also have to look at the clock.
Yeah, you know, a little bit less than 2.5 minutes left on the clock. Both of these players aren't really too concerned with that, though. John is always like ready and willing to play the clock if he needs to.
Absolutely.
And he himself has developed very fine-tuned patience, especially against certain opponents. So he knows Numbers going to press this down to the wire if need be. And he can't get too reckless, given that the clock is always in play, as far as being a win condition goes.
Oh.
I have never
the right
seen.
way.
I've never seen someone block so many perfect shield, so many of Numbers' back airs, and then punish them so nicely.
He's been doing really good at just playing around how John's going to just press his buttons.
Yeah, that's what you're saying. They played to their enough where Numbers had at least a slight lead, but he's catching on. He's figuring out how to win this matchup.
If he hasn't evened up their set count yet, then he's definitely closing in on it. And it's looking like this set is going to add on to it even further.
There you go.
Very quick out of their chairs, quick fist bump. All around well played from both, but it's going to be E who moves further on into the bracket.
And there was almost a minute left in that game.
Yeah, it gets scary. But, you know, you play this game enough at this level of play, the amount of competition that you've seen as both of these players, your nerves just harden, and they're ready for anything.
Is that